Hey, it's Scott Penfold, and here's your weekly Loaded Radio Heavy Metal News Recap video. Before we get into the week's past heavy metal news highlights, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel to get all your hard rock and metal content on a daily basis. And we also totally appreciate it. Also be sure to check out loadedradio.com for all your hard rock and metal news stories updated on a constant basis, the live 24/7 radio stream featuring live personalities, big name interviews, and non-stop commercial-free hard rock and metal. Also check out the Loaded Radio podcast, which is our weekly interview show featuring the biggest names in hard rock and metal, available wherever you get your podcasts or via the Loaded Radio free app. Well, the biggest news of the past week definitely had to be that SLAYER are back together again after 5 years, and they're going to be headlining a couple of shows. One at Louder Than Life, coming up in Louisville, Kentucky. That's on September 27th. And prior to that, they're going to be playing at Riot Fest in Chicago, Illinois on the 22nd of September. Now, the band, made up of Tom Araya on bass and vocals, guitarist Kerry King and Gary Holt, and Paul Bostaff on drums, have only confirmed the 2 shows thus far, but depending how those performances go, it looks like more shows could be added in the future. Frontman Tom Araya saying, "Nothing compares to the 90 minutes when we're on stage playing live, sharing that intense energy with our fans, and to be honest, we have missed that." Kerry King says, "Have I missed playing live? Absolutely. SLAYER means a lot to our fans. They mean a lot to us. It will be 5 years since we've seen them." Also, during a recent appearance on SiriusXM's Trunk Nation with Eddie Trunk, Zakk Wylde discussed the possibility of the reformed PANTERA lineup, featuring himself, along with surviving members Phil Anselmo on vocals, Rex Brown on bass, and drummer Charlie Benante, would eventually tackle making new music. Now, when asked if he'd be open to working on new material with PANTERA, Zakk responded, "No, I think you have to call it something else. You know what I mean? PANTERA is those 4 guys, so yeah, you can't replace that." Now, when asked if he'd want to do it under an altered name rather than calling it PANTERA, Wylde said, "Yeah, if that was ever a bridge we crossed, we'd have to wait until we get there. But right now, it's just the 4 of us celebrating what the fellas from the classic lineup created." It looks like Power Trip is back after a surprise set in Austin in December of last year. Power Trip has announced their first show back at the No Values Festival happening on June the 8th in Pomona, California. Now, who will be stepping in for lead singer Riley Gale? Well, it'll once again be fugitive vocalist Seth Gilmore. The band says, "We'll never have the words to convey our appreciation of the enduring support we've received over the years, and we feel as though the time is right to get back on stage for all of you who've been there throughout our existence as a band. With that, we are excited to announce a round of upcoming 2024 performances, starting with No Values on June the 8th in SoCal." The band added, "Riley Gale forever, Power Trip forever, see you in the pit. Stay tuned, more info on the way." And finally, it looks like Trivium and Bullet My Valentine are going to be hitting the road next year to celebrate their 2005 albums Ascendancy and The Poison. Now, according to both bands, who recently hosted a live stream event, the tour is going to hit venues around the world and is going to see the bands performing those classic albums in full every single night. Trivium vocalist Matt Heafy says, "We've never done a single show live where we've played a full record of ours. We've done little features, we've done live streams when people weren't able to tour, so the fact that both Bullet's doing The Poison and Trivium's doing the Ascendancy is monumental." There's only a handful of dates announced thus far, which are going to be taking place early next year within the UK, but more dates are expected to be dropping soon. I'm Scott Penfold, and there's your Loaded Radio Heavy Metal News Recap video for the week ending February 24th, 2024.